Hi folks, Max Muir, Action for Dogs, Edinburgh and Lothian's dog trainer. Good topic for discussion today, and it's based around mental tools. Lots of equipment used out there, and some of it good, some of it functional, some good equipment not used in a functional way. But the most important thing is that the mental skills that we bring to any situation. What's common for me working with people who first come to me if they're going through some type of problem is it could be recall, it could be reactivity, it could be aggression related cases. When they come upon another dog or person, the first thing that comes into their mind is, oh my goodness, just what am I going to do in this situation? And they panic, their stress levels go up, and they just hold on in the hope that they can manage this situation very well. Now, that's all very good, but we need mental reminders. We need to train ourselves. We need to train our mind to think in a certain way when performance demands that we act in a certain way. And if we're to change behavior at all, these are negative reminders that we give ourselves when we dread a situation. Often what we fear comes out of the mouth in various sayings and forms. What we need, and this is used by successful performers, people who have to perform in high performance settings all over the world, whether it's business, athletes, sports, any type of performance. But walking your dog, seeing your dog not respond to you, seeing your dog stress escalate, all provokes these negative reminders that happen in our mind. So really getting into touch and changing the way our central nervous system operates and the frequency that our brain operates on is very, very important. And it takes time to have that level of self-awareness so that we can really give ourselves these reminders. It's so important. Putting ourselves down, that's one thing that a lot of people do. People get extremely emotional. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not assisting you. It's not helping the situation. I would advise you to create a neutral sound rather than come out with something that precedes the situation in a negative way. So if you see another dog coming and you're like, oh my goodness, here we go, this is so embarrassing, or I'm so fearful of not losing control or not having control, create a neutral sound that your dog knows well. And the first thing you do with that sound to get its attention is you move into position. Now, the best position is to have your outer leg aligned with your dog's neck and shoulders. So you wouldn't pull your dog into you, you would move your way up the leash and take that position beside your dog. Once you have established the position, a signal to tell your dog either to stay where it is, to maintain that position, or to move on. Just whatever you do behind the scenes, when you train behind the scenes for that specific situation happening. Now, it's really important that you put in that rehearsal work behind the scenes. Rehearsal is pivotal to performance success. And it's crucial that you adopt and you nurture that mindset to perform in those settings. So you need a strategy: sound, signal, and movement. whether you want the dog to move on or you want the dog to stop moving and stay absolutely still. Training a high level stay is also very important, and establishing the distance that you and your dog are going to be from that oncoming dog. You won't always have the advantage of distance. You could be on a narrow walkway, and I understand that pretty well, but you must rehearse behind the scenes how you're going to act mentally and carry out physically. But because all the chicken and all the beef and hot dogs will not change a situation that is negative on both counts, from the human and the dog. We need to connect on that level, and we need to practice connecting on that level. That is pivotal to changing your situation in every situation, everywhere you go, so that your dog has a predictive behavior from you. It knows when it hears that sound that you're going to take that position, that you're going to give the dog an instruction that you've rehearsed no end, hundreds and thousands of repetitions, and also that you have a method or a movement for interrupting the behavior, which is crucial in resetting the dog and getting it to do it again. It's pivotal what we tell ourselves. Don't put yourselves down. You need to tell yourself mental reminders where you have a drill. You have a drill and a strategy in place. Think about all the high stress situations that people go into in daily life. Some people work in those situations. Paramedics, doctors, nurses, the police, military. It could be anything like that. But think of the amount of drills and rehearsal they've put in place before they go live, before they do it for real for the very first time. They have to be able to have that level of emotional control, and they need to have that level of skill so that they can apply it under pressure. I always say there's a big difference in knowing what to do and being able to apply it under pressure. So we need to, our dog needs to recognize our application and the mindset that we carry into any given situation. So you must rehearse. You must rehearse fully what it is that you wish to carry out to a T. Now, it's likely to be a work in progress for quite a long time, but that doesn't mean that progress cannot be made and that you cannot reach certain levels of progress as you go. You don't just get there in a matter of weeks or days, for that matter, you know, but you need to know mentally, here's the situation, go straight to that mindset, position, signal, maneuver, just whatever it is that you're going to put in place. And it has to be simple. It has to be simple to be effective. You can't carry out complicated things in a situation that can get out of control very quickly. You don't want the dog out in front of you if it's reactive. So you need to train yourself to train your dog that you're both in position and this is the behavior that you're practicing, that's non-negotiable, and you will see it through and keep following through with that behavior. It's not easy. Mental skills are very much a part of everyday walking with your dog. There's a big difference between a casual stroll and a walk that has structure in it, when you require a certain level of attention and focus from your dog. So you should certainly discern the difference between the two, and always ask yourself, is the equipment you're using serving your purpose? Is it serving your purpose? If a dog's able to lunge and leap, if it's on a harness and front two paws can come off the ground, that equipment is not serving you. It's not contributing in a positive way at all to the situation. That's just one example. So we need effective equipment, and we need to know how to use that equipment properly, but we also need to be emotionally equipped to deal with the situations. We need to recognize our own feelings in each situation, and we really need to work on that emotional control before we can apply and expect the dog to be able to do anything under pressure. We need to rehearse and practice and being able to apply that under pressure ourselves. I hope that's been worthwhile. Have a fantastic day, people. It's a beautiful day here, and it's Max Muir, Action for Dogs, Edinburgh Lothian's dog trainer. If you like this video, please go onto the YouTube channel, like, share the video, leave a comment. But most of all, try and put something into place and recognize the real important factor of mental skills and mental reminders in your dog training. Have a great day, folks.